Just because you are a Republican MAGA supporter does not mean that you are racist. It doesn't mean you're misogynistic. It doesn't mean that you're fascist. It doesn't mean that you're a sexist. It doesn't mean you're a bad person in any way. It means you're American. That's what it means to be a MAGA supporter. It simply means that I do not support the Democratic artificial narrative that they have been pushing for years, that they continue to adjust to your emotions to make you emotional about things. There is not one law that Trump has implemented that is racist, misogynistic, or fascist, or sexist in any way. If you can think of one, please comment below, because I guarantee you cannot find a law that is specifically targeted at a group of people. You can't. Democrats consistently reach into their bag filled with manufactured problems and beliefs. As soon as their one problem that they're trying to stand on basically gets debunked, they'll just pull out another one that makes zero sense at all and normally is a false accusation of some sort. Consistently conspire ways to make you hate Republicans. They fabricate things. They do all sorts of things to make you hate Republicans, and then, in the meanwhile, they are planning for your downfall, but you think they are for the people. It is the most evil thing in the world. As I said before, name one racist, misogynistic, fascist, or sexist law that Trump has passed. Please name one that is specifically targeted to a demographic of people. Please, and I will wait.
They're here illegally?
Then why is ICE waiting outside courthouses to detain people?
It's actually about the economy.
Then why did they approve another $8.3 billion to spend on ICE?
Well, they don't contribute to the economy.
Then how is ICE tracking them with lease agreements and utility bills?
Well, they're not working.
Then why is ICE raiding factories where people are clearly employed?
Okay, they work, but they don't pay taxes.
Then how is ICE using their tax records to find them?
Because they're criminals.
Then why does 72% of the people arrested have no record?
They're obviously hiding something. They're doing something wrong.
If they're hiding, how is ICE finding them with DMV databases and license plates and social media accounts?
We just have to protect the border. There's too many people here.
Then why are we keeping them in detention centers in Florida, nowhere near the border?
No, you know what you're not getting? Law and order. It's about law and order.
Then why are you taking orders from a 30-time convicted felon?
Black-owned businesses say that they are fighting racism by opening up a black-owned business, and black people say they only shop at black-owned businesses, but don't realize that it's just pushing racism forward. But if a white person opened up a business that said white-owned business, everyone would be in shambles. Do you not realize what's going on here? Every democratic belief has a different flag. You guys are not on the same team. You are all pushing different agendas that make no sense. Most of you don't even know what you believe in. You just don't like Donald Trump.
We have some big news right now. There appear to be cracks forming with Joe Rogan turning his back on Donald Trump and praising a recent South Park episode that attacked Donald Trump and attacked Paramount over its capitulation to the Trump administration. In a recent podcast, Joe Rogan, who endorsed Donald Trump, really helped Donald Trump win the 2024 election. Without Rogan, it's unclear whether Trump would have won. He essentially said it's a line in the sand over what Donald Trump's Department of Justice is doing over the files. Meanwhile, he further praised the South Park episode that attacked Donald Trump for concealing the files from the public, from not talking about them publicly, from trying to say they're a scam and they're a hoax when in reality they aren't. He said that that is a line in the sand for a lot of folks in MAGA world, essentially. And this is the first real sign of trouble for Trump when it comes to Rogan. There are cracks forming within the MAGA coalition as we speak. Spread the word so more people know. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for all the news you need to know.
One thing I'm really starting to like that I see within the conservative party or even MAGA, I'm starting to see a lot of diversity. I'm starting to see people of all walks of life. And one thing that has really been exciting me, y'all, is the number of black people that's leaving that Democratic Party. See, the Democrats will use racism for everything. They scare black people away from the conservative party and MAGA by using racism. They tell us that everybody on that side is rich, white, racist people. But as we start to look from our own eyes, these people have been so accepting, y'all. Like, I've been having people inviting me to places, inviting me to their houses, inviting me to their events, sending me long messages. I have a lot of young black Democrats that respect what I have to say. They may not comment on my videos, but they'll come into my inbox and ask me questions. I have a lot of people that tell me to keep going with this, from all walks of life. I have a lot of white people that follow me, black people that follow me, Asians, Latinos, people from other countries. It's very diverse over here. And that racism fear that the Democratic Party love to use, it's dying out. It's really dying out. And they're trying everything possible to get some kind of grip back on the black community because they're losing it fast. See, ever since 1960, when Kennedy was running and Martin Luther King was able to flip the black vote, Democrats have barely been winning elections. And the determining factor for them to win was usually the black vote. And they've been losing the black vote for the last few elections, and that's why they've been trying to replace our vote with illegal immigrants. Democratic Party is over.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too! Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Have any of you other millennials had to look your parents in the face and tell them that because they support Trump, that they no longer have any moral standing in your life? Like, I was raised in church to the point that I even helped start a church. I used to be a pastor. Now this whole Epstein situation is blowing up in Trump's face. And my mom literally looked at me and said, oh, Pam Bondi had a different version of the Epstein files on her desk when she said it was on her desk. It's actually deeply painful, you guys. Like, these two people raised me, and they raised me in church. They do not know right from wrong now. It's deeply unsettling to watch this happen to your own parents. I don't know if you guys have any advice or words of comfort because this is, it's actually deeply painful. I'm 41 years old. I've been my own person for a while now, ever since I escaped the fundamentalist Christian cult I was born into. This is wild, man. How did this happen to our parents? What do we do going forward? I'm so deeply sad. It's difficult to describe. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
The list of damage that MAGA has done to this country is both long and colorful. But perhaps one of the more damaging components that has largely gone unspoken of is the destruction of coherent political language. And this especially applies to themselves, their children, their grandchildren, and probably beyond. But 30 years ago, if you were a conservative or if you were a liberal, within parameters, people had a fairly good idea of your political standing. But today, these words are virtually meaningless. 30 years ago, I was frequently called a great conservative. But today, I can say the exact same things and be called a liberal or a socialist or even a communist. And why? Because I won't give their orange blob of pig shit the sucky. I believe in limited government, limiting the scope and power of government. Limited government. I believe in individual liberty and freedom for all people. I believe in the prosperity of the common working class people. I can say those things today, and I'll be told that I'm a liberal socialist communist that hates America because I won't worship their demigod. MAGA is not a political ideology. It changes with the erratic mood swings of its cult leader. I say limited government, individual liberty, prosperity for the working class, and fuck Trump because he doesn't advance those things and he's an unethical criminal on top of that. And MAGA goes, so you're a Democrat libtard. Well, if that's what you want to call it, I really don't care. I'd sure rather be a libtard today than I would be a MAGA-tard.
You guys ever try to have a conversation with somebody that's super MAGA or like a Trump supporter, and it doesn't even have to be a political conversation, it could be about anything, like geography? None of them, and I mean none of them, every single one I've ever spoken to, they cannot even tell you like where Australia is in relation to where we live in the United States. They can't even tell you any of the states that surround them where they live. Like they don't even know the geography of this country, and they can't even tell you any historical fact. They can't tell you anything about any other country's history in the world. They cannot tell you anything about anything other than like where they live. These people are so shut out from the world. They're so selfish, and all they care about is like what's going on in their own little ridiculous lives. They don't know anything at all. They have no education, no matter how old they are either. Like they could be like well into their 50s and 60s. Even the young ones that are in school, they cannot tell you anything. And no matter how old they are, they have the education level of like a second or third grader. All of them. And I'm not even saying this in the perspective of I live in the Bible Belt or like any of the southern states, because as we know, their education system is awful. I live in the Northeast. I live in Massachusetts, where our education is tip-top unbelievable. And even the MAGA people that are up here, they are unbelievably, I mean it's actually mind-blowing how dumb they are. It blows my mind all the time, and I really just listen to some of them and I'm like, how are you people allowed to vote? How are they even functioning in society? I'm not even trying to make this video to be mean. I'm not trying to be like F you, like whatever, even though they are all Yahtzees and fascists, and I think they are awful people. I'm not even trying to like call them dumb to be mean. They are genuinely the dumbest people on the fucking planet, and that's why Donald Trump wants to continue to defund education. And it honestly makes perfect sense, because MAGA is a cult, and like in order to gain followers, if you're a cult leader, the dumbest people will follow you in a cult, like, because they just don't have any way of thinking for themselves. This is going to be, people that are MAGA are going to be studied by historians and studied by people that specialize in cults. Like this period of time is going to be so interesting. It blows my mind. I don't know.
I regret voting for Trump. Just kidding. I'll always support him. I'd vote for him 100 times if I could.
The following is a public service announcement to MAGA. MAGA, pretty soon your daddy is not going to be with us. You see, he has blood flow issues. And while that's not fatal, generally, he is in his upper 70s, so there's a 30% increase in probability. Also, he seems very stressed lately. Something about files, a cartoon, his poll numbers. It's not looking good. But the important part is that when you see videos of people like me dancing on that day, you don't need to duet it or stitch it or even comment on it. We know it's insensitive, but we don't give a fuck.
If Trump runs in 2028, would you vote for him? Tap the plus sign if you support him and comment yes or no.
So a Republican woman is in shock because she showed up at the hospital in Florida with an ectopic pregnancy, and they told her they couldn't help her because of the law, just like we said that they would. So she was so upset she called the governor, because of course when you're in the middle of a medical emergency you want to call a politician, but he didn't pick up the phone. And how many women had their governor's number on speed dial? So after several hours of begging and pleading for them to help her like we said they'd make you do, they finally let her end the ectopic pregnancy before her fallopian tubes burst and she lost all ability to reproduce. And yet she's trying to blame this on Democrats. But we said that when you showed up at the hospital, they wouldn't ask you who you voted for, what party you belonged to, and they wouldn't ask you what your interpretation of the bill was. They were just going to go by the law. So her care was delayed. I'm very happy she got the care that she deserved, but it was delayed. And there are other women out there whose care is being delayed. And that is putting their lives at risk and their reproductive health care at risk.
Who do you respect in the Republican Party? Because I disagree with Bernie and AOC, but at least they're against the elite. I can respect that. Who can you see on the right that is like that?
I could say, what is it, Massey, that's been coming out
Thomas
hard.
Massey, love him.
Like he is standing on his platform.
Yeah.
I can agree or disagree with the shit he believes in, but he hasn't stepped off it.
Yeah.
He said, no, this is not my belief, and I'm not voting for it.
Yeah.
I always respect that.
Yeah.
I think both parties are missing.
Yeah.
Everything is just what the leadership tells them to do is what they do.
I agree.
And it's not right.
So what are your thoughts about AIPAC? I'm a Christian. I love God. I pray for the Jews. I pray for the people of Israel. I pray for the land. But I question the government, specifically the lobbyists who buy politicians. What are your thoughts from a Democrat's opinion about AIPAC?
Same fucking thing, bro. Same fucking thing. No, that AIPAC is it's all it is the propaganda arm of the state of Israel.
Yeah.
That's a foreign government. No matter.
Do they also buy politicians in your opinion?
Yes, they do.
Right.
Yes, they do. You're looking like Hakeem Jeffries. Perfect example. We were talking about Mamdani and the Democratic Party shutting down a populist candidate. That directly comes from somebody like Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just had my first experience with like a MAGA Trump person in Connecticut. Completely unprompted, of course. Okay, so I'm driving to pick up my daughter in camp in Wallingford, and this white truck passes by me and flicking me off. And I didn't do anything, and I didn't like cut him off, and I wasn't driving bad or anything. I wasn't like on my phone. I was just like listening to my audiobook and driving. And so I'm thinking maybe they're flicking off someone else. But then he slows down. I'm in the left lane. He's in the right lane. He slows down and waits for me and is like taunting me, like saying, come here, come here. So I'm confused. And then I get like I'm just driving in my lane and he flicks me off again. So I'm like, okay, 100% for me. At this point, I know dangerous because I grabbed my phone. But I start filming. I think I took a picture and then I was filming to protect myself in case he like tries to hit my car. So this is the car. Super brave guy to black out his license plate number. Notice the Trump Vance sticker and the lib middle finger bumper sticker and then the American flag right next to it. Classy. Zoomed in picture for you. Let me see if you could see the license plate. I'm not really sure. I'm in direct sun right now, so I can't even tell. All right, I haven't even watched this, so I'm not even... Yeah, I think this is one of the times that he was telling me, like, come forward. Look at all the bird poop on my window, sorry. And he, like, 4 different times flipped me off. So at one point I blew him a kiss, and that seemed to really have gotten him mad. So I stopped filming because I was actually getting ready to call the police. But then my GPS was telling me to turn, so I lost him. But he stayed, like taunting me for, like, a solid 5 minutes. So, for nothing. Because if I had to presume why me, I think because I have a bumper sticker on my car. The only one bumper sticker I have, and it says 8647, which if you know what that means, 86 is like we're out of in restaurant terms, and 47 presidents, so it's kind of like, get rid of this guy. So that was fun. Yeah, you see he was like a maybe 25 guy, sunglasses, white, blonde hair, probably. So, if you see that douchebag, give him all my love.
All right, getting that bike right in. Look how beautiful the blue sky is. Lake is looking really good. So let's get right to it. You DMMFs, dumb maggot motherfuckers who do the fucking most with truly the fucking least with 2 fucking teeth and 0 fucking brain cells. Let me tell you something about yourselves. There's nothing, not 2 impeachments, not 3 wives that he cheated on, not his taxes, not the children's charity for cancer in New York that they got caught, 34 felonies, the constant lies, the racism, the misogyny, the homophobia, the narcissism, every fucking thing that they say that Trump is and he shows daily. You don't give a fuck. You twist yourself in fucking pretzels defending a motherfucker who wouldn't piss on you. 2 teeth, 0 brain cells motherfuckers. And for you bitches that want to come in my fucking thing and talking about unaliving me, I told you many motherfucking times where I live, Winfield, fucking Indiana. Doubletree Lake Estates. It's a guarded community, gated community I should say. And if you feel that you want to fucking step to me, make sure you send your ID with your name, your date of birth, and I will leave it at the guard check so you can get in and you can fucking see me face to face. And then we can fucking dance and we'll see what tune you're playing in, because you're a bunch of fucking cowards like your bitch boy president, okay? But here's the thing. You motherfuckers are not good parents. You're horrible parents. It's actually child abuse. You're horrible family members. You're horrible church fucking members. You're horrible fucking co-workers. And most of all, you're horrible fucking human beings. Because you support a motherfucker that it doesn't fucking matter what that cocksucker fucking does. And he does it fucking all. You motherfuckers are the worst of the worst, the bottom of the bottom of the motherfucking bottom. And I'm the fucking liberal veteran who did 20 years and 28 days in the United States Navy during the Gulf War, in and out of country, Iraq War, working for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the motherfucking Pentagon. That you can't stand, that I won't fucking bow down to your bullshit, or I'm not fucking scared of you. So, in closing, fuck each and every one of you this Tuesday, next Tuesday, and the remaining Tuesdays that I should put a fucking tariff on the air that you breathe, that I breathe, because you don't fucking deserve it.